The Buddha's key guidance on the path. Excerpts from MN 26 Arya Paryasana Sutta. Why did the Bodhisattva leave his first two meditation teachers? Thus Dhamma leads not to disenchantment, to dispassion, to cessation, to stilling, to direct knowledge, to awakening, nor to nibbana. This is peaceful, this is excellent, namely the stilling of all sankharas, the relinquishment of all assets, the destruction of craving, detachment, cessation, nibbana. Reasons for the Buddha's hesitation in teaching the Dhamma. Then the thought occurred to me, this Dhamma that I have attained is deep, hard to see, hard to realize, peaceful, refined, beyond the scope of logic, subtle, to be experienced by the wise. But this generation delights in attachment, is excited by attachment, enjoys attachment. For a generation delighting in excited by enjoying attachment, thus that conditionality or dependent core arising are hard to see. This state, too, is hard to see, the quieting of all sankharas, the relinquishment of all attachments, the ending of craving, dispassion, cessation, unbinding. Monks, there are these 5 strings of sensuality. Which 5? Forms cognizable via the eye, sounds cognizable via the ear, aromas cognizable via the nose, tastes cognizable via the tongue, tactile sensations cognizable via the body, agreeable, pleasing, charming, endearing, fostering desire, enticing. These are the 5 strings of sensuality. And any Brahmins or contemplatives tied to these 5 strings of sensuality, infatuated with them, having totally fallen for them, consuming them without seeing their drawbacks or discerning the escape from them, should be known as having met with misfortune, having met with ruin. Mara can do with them as he will. Excerpts from DN 16 Mahaparinibbana Sutta. Because it is through not realizing, through not penetrating the 4 noble truths that this long course of birth and death has been passed through and undergone by me as well as by you. Not seeing the 4 noble truths, as these really occur, are moving again or again the long weary path from this to that birth. When these are known, removed is rebirth's cause, the root of sorrow plucked, rebirth no more. Therefore, Ananda, I will give you the teaching called the mirror of the Dhamma, possessing which the noble disciple, should he so desire, can declare of himself, there is no more rebirth for me in hell, nor as an animal or ghost, nor in any realm of woe. A stream antara am I, safe from falling into the states of misery, assured am I and bound for enlightenment. In this case, Ananda, the noble disciple possesses unwavering faith in the Buddha. Thus, the Blessed One is an arhat, the fully enlightened one, the teacher of gods and men, the enlightened one, the Blessed One. He possesses unwavering faith in the Dhamma, thus, well propounded to be comprehended by the wise, each for himself. He possesses unwavering faith in the Blessed One's order of disciples. Thus, welfaring is the Blessed One's order of disciples, the supreme field of merit in the world. And he possesses virtues that adhere to the noble ones, unbroken, without defect, spotless, without inconsistency, and pure, which are liberating, praised by the wise, uninfluenced by worldly concerns, and favorable to concentration of mind. Therefore, Ananda, be islands unto yourselves, refuges unto yourselves, seeking no external refuge, with the Dhamma as your island, the Dhamma as your refuge, seeking no other refuge. And how, Ananda, is a bhikkhu an island unto himself, a refuge unto himself, seeking no external refuge, with the Dhamma as his island, the Dhamma as his refuge, seeking no other refuge. When he dwells contemplating the body in the body, feelings in feelings, the mind and mental objects, diligently, clearly comprehending, and mindfully, after having put aside desire and sorrow in regard to the world, then, truly, he is an island unto himself, a refuge unto himself, seeking no external refuge, having the Dhamma as his island, the Dhamma as his refuge, seeking no other refuge. Those bhikkhus of mine, Ananda, who now or after I am gone, abide as an island unto themselves, as a refuge unto themselves, seeking no other refuge, having the Dhamma as their island and refuge, seeking no other refuge, it is they who will become the highest, if they have the desire to learn. For the Blessed One, O Lord, spoke these words to me, I shall not come to my final passing away, evil one, until my bhikkhus and bhikkhunis, laymen and laywomen, are accomplished, trained, skilled, learned, knowers of the Dhamma, living according to the Dhamma, correctly trained and walking in the path of Dhamma, abiding by the appropriate conduct, and having learned the Master's word, are able to expound it, preach it, proclaim it, establish it, reveal it, explain it in detail, and make it clear until when adverse opinions arise, they shall be able to refute them thoroughly and well, and after refuting in return preach this convincing and liberating Dhamma. And what, bhikkhus, are these teachings which I have directly known and proclaimed, which you should thoroughly learn, cultivate, develop, and frequently practice, that the life of purity may be established and may long endure, for the welfare and happiness of the multitude, out of compassion for the world, for the benefit, well-being, and happiness of devas and humans. They are the four foundations of mindfulness, the four right efforts, the four constituents of psychic power, the five faculties, the five powers, the seven factors of enlightenment, and the Noble Eightfold Path. Then the Blessed One said to the bhikkhus, So, bhikkhus, I now exhort you, all compounded things are subject to vanish. Strive with earnestness. Be earnest, be mindful and virtuous, O bhikkhus. With well-collected thoughts, guard your own mind. Who thus Dhamma Vinay, heedfully pursues leaving the round of births, will make an end of suffering. But Ananda, whatever bhikkhu or bhikkhuni, layman or laywoman, abides by the Dhamma, lives uprightly in the Dhamma, walks in the way of the Dhamma, it is by such a one that the Tathagata is respected, venerated, esteemed, worshipped, and honored in the highest degree. Impermanent are all compounded things. How could this be otherwise?